All right, here we are at Mount Frissell. So I'm kind of excited. Let's see if we can get a few of the pictures and the signs here, so we kind of get ourselves orientated before we head out on our hike. There it is. And we'll come over here, kind of get a view of this. And there we got our High Point logo. Yep, those are high pointers. So we'll sit out here on the trail. So we are here at Mount Frissell, and we are looking for Connecticut's high point. So that's the highest point in Connecticut. And so Mount Frissell is really, the highest point in Mount Frissell is really Massachusetts, but we're looking to go a little past that on the trail, from what I can figure out from just like research. And we'll go a little past there and get to the highest point that's in Connecticut. So Connecticut's high point is not the tallest peak of a mountain. So it's kind of unique because a lot of them actually have the whole mountain in the state. This one doesn't. And I'm going to get a little bit of the trail here so you can see there's a little bit of rock scrambling and stuff. The trail is actually, it's been pretty. Definitely like this is a little steep and a little, scrambling. So if you aren't real sure about a trail, I mean, this one has got a little bit, it's a little slick here. It's been a little rainy before here, but today's beautiful. So we're here on an October day. So we've got the beautiful leaf color going on. You can kind of see that. So I'm enjoying the trail. It set you out. So straight kind of going into woodland. Then we're kind of going up. We got here, we're getting a little bit more views, kind of plateauing a little bit on, just kind of on some rocky mountains. Got up here where we're gonna sneak around the ridge, it looks like a little while. So we're looking back towards where we kind of came from. So the road that I came in on, I would definitely recommend coming in from the Massachusetts side instead of the Connecticut side. I came in from the Massachusetts side on Mount Washington Road, but I think I'm going to go out on Washington Road the different ways towards Massachusetts because I'm thinking it's going to be a better road. So you can see kind of got some of the kind of leveled out here, a little bit rocky here on top. It looks like we've got some beautiful blueberries. I'm guessing those are blueberries. Beautiful color of red on those. And you can see from the photos, the pretty windy, beautiful temperatures. It's been a really pretty hike. So it is dog friendly. So I've got my puppy with me today. And she's enjoying it. She's not so sure about some of these rock things. She likes when the trail's a little more, not as bouldery, but she's having fun. So I think we're headed up towards there, kind of straight up there, I'm thinking, that way. So looks like this trail is going to go down a little bit before we head back up. So, it hasn't been, a high point. I'm after the high point because I kind of like to go to each state's high point, and it has actually given me a lot of opportunities I wouldn't have had if I hadn't tried to see some really beautiful parts of the country going to those different high points. And so I've really enjoyed getting to see that. This one's having quite a bit of up and downs, kind of skirting around to get up to the high point. So the trail is definitely uneven, but it's not a terrible trail. I mean, you definitely have some going up. It's changing back and forth. You kind of go down into woodland, then you kind of scramble back up, plateauing a little bit. So it actually is giving you a diverse scenery and getting to see part of the woodlands, as well as some of them a little bit more toppy side of some of the hills here, which is kind of neat. So I'm enjoying it. It's not necessarily the most spectacular when you think of some high points, some of the different ones in different states, give you breathtaking views. So far, it's not necessarily that, but it is beautiful in its own way. And I mean, it's quiet, it's peaceful, it's relaxing. So in that way, it's very beautiful. So I'm headed, like I said, Mount Frissell is in Massachusetts, and it is actually, I think like 2,453 feet. But I'm headed for Connecticut's high point, which is 2,380 feet. So it's going to be on the south side slope of Mount Frissell. So like I said, not on a peak, which is kind of interesting. It's the first one I think of high points I've done that has been that way. I'm not sure how many of them are like that. I kind of would like to look that up now. We're getting a little more, getting up to the top a little more here. So scenery's kind of changing out again. I'm enjoying the fall colors. It's not the most impressive. I think I'm a little past the peak on the leaves here, but still beautiful. So I think I've made it here to Mount Frissell. So here's the summit, and they've got a neat box here that you can like open up and sign in, which is pretty neat. So just kind of here on the side of the trail, just you walked off just a little bit off the trail, and there, it's right there. So made it to the summit here. And then I'm headed still farther down the trail, see if I can't find the high point for Connecticut. So just kind of following kind of a little bit of a ridge down. So I'm going down a little bit. So after you've been hiking up, here you're down slope. And there's quite a few of kind of like shrubby oaks here. The trees aren't real large, just kind of short, small. Looks like we'll get into a little bit of a clearing, maybe a little, we can get maybe some views. As you can see, the trail is uneven, it's rough, but it's not terrible, but do keep that in mind. The footing is uneven. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, we get a little bit of a view out there. As you can see, the colors are not quite as crisp as they would be if they were quite in peak, a little past. But it's a beautiful view there. And as you hear, you're kind of just skirting, walking along the side of the slope here. And here we are on the side of the trail, and we've got it. So here we are at Connecticut's high point. They've got a pile of rocks here, and they've got a box so you can sign in there. And here's our geological marker. So you're looking for that green spike with the geological marker marking the height, which is 2,380 feet. So pretty exciting, high point of Connecticut. It's definitely a beautiful hike to it. Definitely you gain some views here. It's not like you're staying at the top of a hill and getting to see, you know, a panoramic all around you, but still beautiful. And then I'm going to get another view on the way down, kind of the trail going back down that rock scramble to get you another footage of that. So you can kind of get an idea how the trail is. It's a neat trail. Definitely, it's got some exciting things. And here comes my pup. Yeah, she's not so sure about this down scramble that we're about to head back down to. You think here she is a big girl, but she's really a couch potato. And so She likes the hikes, but she looks at me when we do too rocky and is like, what's wrong with you? So, but she's a joy to have on board. I like to travel with her. So I love where I get to take her on the different hikes and the different places that allow me to take dogs. I really appreciate that. So yeah, if you like this footage, definitely go and be a high pointer and see if you can get yourself where you're going to different high points in different states. If you like this video, ring the bell, subscribe. We'll see you next time on a great journey across this beautiful country.